welcome back to the Automotive Logistics and Supply Chain Red Sofa here in Munich at Digital Strategies Europe, where I'm joined by Johan Lindahl, who's leading digitalization and AI for logistics at Scania, talking here at our event about IT, business, working together, what the future of that looks like. And Johan, you shared at the beginning of your presentation a beating heart, and you talked about falling in love. Right? It said we're not talking just about digitalization and AI. We're talking about falling in love. Tell our audience a little bit more about what you meant by that.
Yeah, well, the thing is, as you know, we tend, at least in the north, we tend to fall in love after a long winter of darkness, right? So I was referring to like a couple of things actually that happened early this year. So a lot of really amazing stuff. But we did some organizational changes. Mm-hmm. We did some changes to our operating model, and we did everything we did actually do to emphasize and to reinforce shared responsibility, mm-hmm. and to focus on our people. So that's also where love comes into the picture. But also it's also referring to an actual falling in love, because there was a couple of really strong experience where I was exposed to what amazing things people can do when they have the right mindset and are equipped with the right tool and with trust. So those were really special moments.
Absolutely. And we heard about some of them. We're going to talk about some of them a little bit more. Before we get to it, let's talk a little bit about the organizational setup, because again, we're talking at this event about IT and about business, or in this case logistics. What does it look like in practice now for Scania and the teams that you're leading?
Well, so as a lot of us has talked about throughout these 2 days. I mean, we are when we talk about digital strategy, it's all about giving an answer to the question how to organize in this world of constant disruption, both when it comes to technology, industry trends, and the politics and tariffs, supply chain disruption, etc. So that's kind of was the starting point for creating a strategic redirection on how to handle that, and how should you be organized to kind of perform in such an environment, sustainable over time, keeping yourself competitive and relevant. So basically, what we did do is that we kind of took the next step from moving. I mean, first step maybe being separating the IT and business to digital business, but then we kind of took this one step further to kind of organizing ourselves around our capabilities rather than in geographical sense or in role sense, IT or whatsoever. So we also understood that we needed to be able to adapt and react and be relevant over time. We needed to be more agile, like we've been in software development and R&D side, etc. So we basically created an operating model where we designed capability teams, which we then empowered with autonomy by making them cross-functional. So basically all resources, all competence needed for that particular delivery stream was put inside that team. And that also did go then that also meant that we actually retired our digitalization team, because we no longer see digitalization as something separate to how we operate. We are now aiming to be digitally native.
So we've sort of evolved from a business on one side, IT on another, to having a kind of innovation-driven logistics team to enable that. That's now sort of run its course. Now it's embedded into the logistics team with tools, with capabilities to drive action. And you gave a great example. One of the examples you gave was this AI-driven EDI, which you call Edith. So this is a tool that obviously can perform EDI service support. Tell us a little bit more about what the capability is and how that came about.
Yeah, well, she's not only called Edith. Actually, that is her name. So, and yeah, she's the newest team member in my team. Actually, I'm really happy for her because she, as you mentioned, she's a part of our EDI team, and she's an AI first line assistant. So, and she was introduced early this year, like in Feb somewhere, and we really made Edith is a good example where we kind of did complete a journey from AI adoption, augmenting our team members in the sense that democratization of the role of being an EDI specialist and empowering everyone to the next step, empowering, augmenting our team delivery and our stakeholders, giving them the access to Edith, and then finally, already in April, we had scaled her via API to enable her to be used by all our part suppliers, actually.
Yeah.
So and now we're also adding agentic features to her. So it's really amazing to see that you can go kind of all the way from personal productivity to a scaled digital solution, and also introducing autonomous agent workflows without involving IT for a second.
Absolutely, and what you mentioned is this Edith is born out of the logistics team, right? It's out of the business and domain function.
Yep.
And then, as you say, the next step with using an agentic flow, she will be able to take authority, access information, even help support decisions and things like that. So a really exciting and clear step use for EDI, and a tool that it performs with greater productivity and quality as well. I wanted to ask as well, you talked about a partnership with OpenAI.
I sure did.
And you as you also mentioned earlier, the importance of empowering the teams with the right tools and capabilities. Tell us a little bit about what that partnership has entailed. And I'll qualify, I am sure it does not mean putting sensitive Scania data into OpenAI or into ChatGPT.
No, exactly. So, I mean, that part is obviously really important, but obviously we have a Scania workspace, and I mean, the partnership started 1 year ago with the common ambition to push for broad adoption. So that's kind of our in the heart of our AI strategy on an enterprise level is also people, actually, and to empower our people. And the partnership meant that we then got our own workspace, of course, and we started off with 2,000 licenses. I think today in use we have 10,000.
Wow.
Actually, and we also then are utilizing. So aside of all this personal efficiency and scaling, making repetitive tasks reusable by creating custom GPTs, we also have the API platform, which we then use to scale our AI assets to be able to be used by applications, and microservices, and external parties like our part suppliers. Now.
Absolutely, this will be a key next step. And one thing also, you showed us a demonstration of AI in a leadership function. Effectively how we can use AI to help support decision making. Tell us a little bit about that tool and how it's being used in Scania Logistics today.
Yeah, that's kind of another really amazing feature an empowerment of all of us that also emerged in commercial use on enterprise level in the beginning of this year. We started talking about deep research and deep thinking last year around this time, but back then it was not really put into enterprise use or made available for us. But it's really amazing that you now can, in just a few minutes, gain the knowledge equivalent of a PhD to some extent. So that's really interesting. And obviously, when we talk about this, is kind of a bit of a special area because it's also as we talk a lot about data integrity and stuff. And I said we do have our own workspace, but we also then have rules, of course, how we can engage with the assets we have on OpenAI, and we can up to a certain classification. We're sharing everything in a Scania GPT store,
Right.
but then we also have confidential assets which we then share with a personal link, and this one being one of them,
Right.
since we have some confidential data here. But you
Absolutely.
need to ensure that you
Absolutely.
are on the right side of things here. But to me, it was really, really an eye-opener to start to understand how you can leverage deep research in a way to empower your leadership when it comes to decision making, and
Yeah.
how you can do the research that you normally historically have paid to do.
Absolutely.
Like from
Yeah, absolutely.
consultancy
From
firms. So
consultancies, exactly. Yeah.
yeah.
No, that's really interesting use case and inspiring one too. Finally, let's just talk about some priorities for 2026. First of all, I should say we're going into the winter months, so even in the Nordics, perhaps the darkness comes. But do you still see more scope for love in logistics digitalization, and what are some of the priorities you see on the horizon for 2026?
Yeah. I mean, we're only in the beginning, but and it's hard to tell what to expect, because when this year started, I really couldn't imagine all the fantastic things that we have seen, not only in logistics, of course, over the entire enterprise, and people have grown. I've seen so many people grow, and that's been amazing. But I mean, we have some bold ambitions when it comes to continuing in this direction to improve our fusion squads and integrate them even more. To now, it's not fully integrated. Yeah. Some delivery streams are still maybe working in old ways. So that's one thing. And another thing is that we have a high ambition to achieve AI literacy by the end of this year.
Okay.
Yeah. And
that will bring more new opportunities, right?
Yeah.
In 26.
Yeah, and I should also. I mean, we talked a lot about our approach towards a broad adoption when it comes to AI.
Yeah.
But of course, we are also on top of that doing some
some
strategic partnerships where we're scaling. It's just partnerships is a good way to scale certain agentic use cases fast.
Yeah.
And in a governed way. So
absolutely. Well,
a lot of exciting things.
Absolutely. Well, we look forward to keeping up with those in 2026, to seeing what else we fall in love with, and then when by the time spring comes, I'm sure there'll be many unexpected things to come. Johan, thank you so much for being with us, sharing all this insight, and taking us on the journey with us. Taking us on the journey with you.
Thank you, Chris. It's been amazing 2 days.